Thanks for joining me again. I think my light just now had an issue, so I am doing this over. So what do you do after you've found some issues or challenges in your business? Hi y'all, thanks so much for joining me. In less than 15 minutes, I'll be sharing with you a strategy that you can use after you've found out that you have issues or challenges in your business. Drop me a comment if you want to learn more. I'm Dr. P. I'm a strategic business coach, and I've been a school psychologist for about 10 years in K-12 schools in the U.S. And I've also served on professional organization committees, and I'm a part-time professor for our online graduate psychology program. I enjoy doing what I do, and I really enjoy, most of all, bringing my experiences in education, psychology, leadership, and organizational development to you to give you solutions and strategies that you can use so that you can get those results you want in your business. So with that question I mentioned, like, what do you do after you experience challenges and issues, or do you see challenges and issues in your business? What do you do next? Because I know it's really easy to rattle off all the things that are wrong in your business, right? All these issues that you're facing. And I remember as a school psychologist and even as a special education administrator, people would come to me with issues and challenges that they were seeing in students. One of my favorite ones was saying something like, oh, Priscilla's struggling in school and she needs help. So I'm like, okay, what does struggling look like? What does help look like? Those were the questions I would ask because I wasn't quite sure where to go with that. She's struggling in school and she needs help. Okay, but what do you do next? You know, and we kind of do a similar thing as entrepreneurs. We're like, oh, our business isn't working. We need some help. But we're not really digging deep as to what that issue is, because that's just a service level issue. So when you figure out that you have that issue, what do you do next, right? So as a school psychologist, one of the things that I would do, like I said, was asking those questions so I could get a deeper understanding, a better understanding of what they thought the issue was. Because knowing what the issue was going to help me to determine which plan I was going to use moving forward in order to help the student, in order to help identify truly what the roots of the problem was. So, most importantly, then I can take that information of what the problems were to find the solution to help them, to get them the correct and appropriate intervention to help them with moving forward so that they can experience, academic, social, emotional, or behavioral success. So you see why it was so necessary for me to find out what the specific issue was, and I get it. There were times that teachers would tell me, oh, I don't know, that she's just struggling in academics. I don't know, maybe reading. Reading is the favorite one people love to go to, right? They talk about, oh, she's struggling in reading. So that's why, you have to also do a little bit of digging and really find out, okay, is it truly reading? So as a school psychologist and even as a special education administrator, one of the many things I did was after it was shared with me that, hey, Priscilla is struggling, she has these issues, I would go and look at previous records to see if I can get, those clues to help me figure out what exactly could be the issue. Why? Because again, it would help me to know what steps I needed to take next. Because if not, then I'm looking at trying to solve all the problems, because a child can have issues in academics, and by academics I mean reading, writing, and math, then in social and emotional and behavioral. So was I really going to put a child through all of that? Think about your business. When you think about your business, there's so many elements of your business. So when you say something like, oh my God, my business is struggling, I need some help, that's so vague. I mean, what do you do with that? Where do you go? What is the next step you take? Hence the question I asked at the beginning of this. Like, what do you do when you find out that you have issues or challenges in your business? What do you do next? Because that's going to determine, the success for your business. And also determine how much stress you're having in your business too. Because if you don't take the necessary next step, you can get those frustrations and you can get burnt out. We can end up wasting so much time, energy, effort, and money when we're not focusing on the actual problem. When we're just throwing like these band-aids because we think the band-aids are solutions, but they're not solutions to the problem because they're not working. Because let's be honest, we can sit here and we can probably rattle off a whole list of things that you believe are issues in your business. And Are there really issues? As an entrepreneur, yes, there are tons we have to do, tons that we want to accomplish in our business. And sometimes we might think, hey, if we were living in a perfect world, right? We won't have no issues. Everything will be fine. Our business will be great. I'll be hitting those 6 and 7 figures that we wanted so much for our business. That's what we would be doing, right? But the reality is that we encounter issues. We encounter challenges in our business. And it's how we deal with those that determines what next steps we take, right? That's why I wanted to share this with you. Because like I said, as a school psychologist, when people came to me and said a child was struggling, I needed to know a little bit more about what area. Because knowing that helped me to say, okay, well, if that's the issue, then I knew what I would do next because I had a plan. And the same thing in my business. Because with having what to do next helps you out so much. Because if not, guess what happens? When we as entrepreneurs say, oh, we got challenges, oh, we got issues, oh, we got to fix this, what do? We decide we're going to throw some money and buy like 5 more courses to do online, right? Because that's going to fix it. Let's go do these courses because we have time to do courses. Or we might decide, ooh, let's put some more money into our marketing. Maybe if we give them more money, they can do a wider reach and things will be great and they'll get better, right? So we do that. Or we might decide, man, let me go sign up for some more networking groups because maybe these ones aren't working for me. I got to go sign up for more networking groups and go and, be in those groups because that's really what's going to help me, right? Because if I get more people to network with, oh my God, that's going to be my ticket and things are going to pick off. Or you might go and sign up for 2 more $10,000 webinars with some top guru, these folks that say, hey, come and learn what I did so that I can make my 6 and 7 figure business. So you go and you decide you're going to sign up for those things. But think about it. You've probably already done those things, right? And how is that working out for you and your business? Did they fix your problem? I'm not saying that the courses you took weren't great or the marketing company you're going with isn't a great company. I'm not saying those things. I'm not saying the webinar from these gurus weren't great things and gave you great information. I'm not saying that. But the thing is, if those weren't connected to the problems you were having, then what was the point? They weren't helpful. You just wasted your time and your money going after what you thought were solutions. Put it this way. If, as a school psychologist, I was told, oh, Priscilla's struggling in academics, and I decided, hey, let's do math. I don't care what people say. Let me go and do math as part of my evaluation. Ignore all the other parts of it, right? And I go do this, and my end result was, oh, she's fine. Math is okay. She's not struggling so much. But then people are in an uproar because, no, she's still struggling in school. Come to find out, yeah, math is my strength. But my areas of challenge, my areas of weakness were related to reading and to behavior. But if I did not take the time to actually ask specific questions, then I would have gone down the road using the wrong plan. So I'm sure you picked up on it by now. What you need to help you with fixing your problems is a plan. When you started your business, did you have a plan? I know it sounds really simple, but to be honest, as a school psychologist, I had to have a plan for if I was going to be doing an evaluation for a student in reading versus writing versus math versus social versus emotional versus behavioral. I had to. So that's why asking those questions helped me to really identify a little bit more specific what the issue was. So I knew I was going to be enacting the right plan and following the right plan so that I can then lead to possible solutions to help the student within that particular area. And I'm using those same strategies as a business coach. I'm looking at my plan, and using that plan. And by the way, the plan includes 4 things. The who of your business, the what of your business, the how of your business, the when of your business. When you have those 4 things, right? When you have those 4 things, you have everything that is encompassed in those 4 things for your business. So that way, when you're experiencing a threat to your business, when you're experiencing a challenge, those issues, you have your plan that you can look back at and you can be like, oh my gosh, so this is what's happening, or this is what we need to do. But if you don't have a plan, then you're going to be like that chicken with the head, right? You're going to be running around going, oh my God, what am I supposed to do? Or out in all these little fires, but you're never really out in the big fire because you did not start with a plan. So then you're throwing all this money at all these things that you think are solutions, but they're not solutions for the issue you have, or you haven't really identified the issue. So when you work with a business coach like myself, one of the things I do, one of the many things I do when I work with you, is I really look at those four things. Your who, your what, your how, and your when. I do look at those four things. Your four things, not mine. We're looking at your four things. And everything that goes into those four things. You know, we're talking about your goals and your vision, your mission, you know, all those things. Strengths, weaknesses, all those things. We look at all those things. And we help you to identify what you do when you encounter an issue, when you encounter a challenge, when you encounter a problem. That's the whole point. Well, not really the whole point. That's part of the point of having a plan so that you can protect your business. So that way, in the face of a threat, you don't buckle and your business goes under. You actually know, hey, if this is what happens, according to my plan, this is what I can do to overcome it. And I know it's not always that easy. So sometimes when you have that outside perspective, especially from a business coach, you can think of other things that you can have, some contingencies that you can have in place, some protections that you can have in place. So that way, if there is an issue you hadn't thought of that could possibly come up, your coach can help you with figuring out what that solution would be. Because in the end, it's all about solutions, actions, and results. You guys hear me say that all the time. In order to get you the most appropriate solution, you have to know the problem. So if you're not quite sure about what your issues are, but you know there are issues, then I highly suggest that you talk to a coach, because that means you are on your way to burnout and frustration, and we don't want that. We want you to be successful and soar in your business. So being able to really identify what those issues are and then fixing it with your plan that you have for your business is what you are going to need to be successful. Not bang your head against the wall. We want you to be successful in everything that you're doing for your business. So just know that when you're working a business coach, at least when you're working with me, I'm not pulling these things out of thin air. Like I said to you, we're going off of the four things in your business. Your who, your what, your how, and your when. Those four things are what we go off of to really help you have that plan for your business. So when you get those threats, you know how to use them. You might even be able to flip them into an opportunity. You never know. It's really how you look at it, how you define it, that determines how you move forward. But a plan is what you should have from the beginning to help you, so that when those issues come up, you know what to do. So like and share this video if you get value from it. Remember, solutions plus actions equals results. Thanks y'all so much for joining me.